The next core set in the OCG has been announced, and it's going to be called Burst Protocol. This is the set that's going to come out after Doom of Dimensions. Now, this pack is really exciting for a couple of reasons. The first one is that this sounds like a Vrains pack, which is really cool. If you don't know, the way that Yu-Gi-Oh core sets have worked over the past couple of years is that we have 6 different Yu-Gi-Oh series. Out of 12 packs, Konami likes to give each series 2 different packs just because it's the most fair that way. I also really do prefer it because, like I said, it's the most fair, and I actually do like all of the Yu-Gi-Oh series, even though I think some of them are not as good as the others. However, despite that, I really am a fan of each series getting 2 separate packs out of the 12. Konami actually did Vrains really dirty last rotation because we were supposed to get 1 Duel Monsters pack and a Vrains pack, but instead they just gave us 2 DM packs. That was actually really awful because even though I don't think Vrains was that good, I still think characters should have their own representation from that series. Now, if this does end up being a Vrains pack, that would be super cool because so far we don't have a Duel Monsters pack or a 5Ds pack. Now, this isn't guaranteed to be a Vrains pack because in the OCG, the Japanese name for Blue Eyes attack is a Burst Stream of Destruction, so the burst part could be a reference to Blue Eyes White Dragon because Blue Eyes is definitely one of Konami's favorite archetypes. They got a structure deck, they got multiple structure decks actually in the past, and they like Kaiba a lot, so who knows, this could be the burst in the name could be referencing Kaiba, and the protocol part is probably a reference to Sky Striker because Konami likes Sky Striker a lot, and they're probably going to be getting support because they have their own animated series. However, I'm definitely leaning towards Revolver getting this pack because the last time he got a core set, he got the first pack cover for Vrains, and the set was called Burst of Destiny. I would much prefer this to be a Vrains set because, like I said before, Duel Monsters took the Vrains spot last time, so I think it'd be fair if we kind of skipped out on Duel Monsters and we got a Vrains pack cover, and Duel Monsters characters always get a ton of support anyway, so even if they miss out this one time, it's not like it's going to be that big of a deal. Konami will continue giving those characters lots of support in the future because, like I said, it's the one of their favorites and the characters I like giving support the most. I'm very excited if Revolver does get this pack cover for a few reasons. I think if Burst Protocol was a Rocket and Borrel set, that would be awesome because Revolver, in my opinion, is the best character out of Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains, and I like those archetypes that he uses a lot. Dragon Link is also really bad. That deck is pretty much non-existent because all of the best cards just have been hit, so they pretty much have nothing. So I know a lot of people don't like Dragon Link because it was a pretty meta relevant deck for a long time, and people really don't like dragons because dragons get some of the best cards and the most amount of support by far in Yu-Gi-Oh! However, it's been a really long time since our meta, and I like dragons a lot, so hopefully Konami can give them something good here. Now, another reason why I want this to be a Vrains pack and for Revolver to get the cover is because so far the only characters who have gotten multiple pack covers have been protagonists, and if Revolver gets it, he will be the first rival in Yu-Gi-Oh! History to get multiple pack covers out of the current circulation of packs that we have. Ever since 2020 for Rise of the Duelist, we have mostly gotten pack covers for the main protagonist and their rivals, or just some really important other characters in the series. Pretty much the only characters who have been exceptions to the one-time pack covers have been the protagonists. Some of the protagonists, such as Jaden and Yuya, have gotten multiple pack covers, but some of them have been for their alter egos, such as Yubel, the Supreme King, and Zark. Other characters, such as Yusei and Yusaku, have also gotten multiple pack covers, but those pack covers have been kind of a combination for their ace monsters, such as Cosmic Quasar Dragon, which is a combination of Cosmic Blazer Dragon and Shooting Quasar Dragon, but that's also kind of like Sino Dragon support. Yusaku's covered monster, which was Act Code Talker, is kind of like a combination of Decode Talker and Access Code Talker, so it doesn't include Firewall Dragon at all. This is why I'm so excited, and I'm hoping that this is a Vrains pack cover and Revolver really does get it. If Revolver does get this pack cover, he will be the only rival in Yu-Gi-Oh! History to get multiple pack covers out of core sets. It's honestly pretty astonishing the fact that Revolver will get multiple pack covers if this is a Vrains set. Some of the rivals don't even have a core set. Jack is missing one, Kaiba is missing one, the Zane is missing one. Right now, only half of the rivals from different Yu-Gi-Oh! Series have gotten pack covers, so like I said, if Revolver does get it, it will be pretty historical. Now, one thing I think for sure that we have to get if Revolver does get this pack is that we need a Link 6 Borrel monster. I'll talk about this in a future video, some of the things that I think Revolver must get if he does get this pack cover for his Rockets, his Borrels, or his Topologic monsters. However, one thing that I think that needs to happen for sure is that Revolver gets a Link 6 Borrel monster. He needs to get one Link 6 monster for sure. I would really like to be a Borrel instead of a Topologic, but he just needs to get a Link 6 monster period. Now, I was very disappointed when the monster for the pack cover of Birth of Destiny had its effects revealed. One, because the monster was very bad. Borrel Code Dragon just doesn't really do anything well for Rocket or Dragon Link. However, the second reason, and the most important reason why I was disappointed by the card, was that it was a Link 3. How come Revolver didn't get a Link 6? We already have AI having a Link 6. He was the first person to have one out of Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains. The second character out of Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains to get a Link 6 monster was Yusaku. He got Firewall Dragon Singularity out of Cyberstorm Access. Right now, those are the only two characters out of Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains to have a Link 6 monster. Those two Link 6 monsters are also the only two Link 6s to exist in the game, by the way. I think it's a travesty that Revolver didn't get a Link 6 monster in Burst of Destiny. I understand why they did it too, because they don't want Revolver to get a Link 6 monster before Yusaku, but Revolver definitely should have gotten a Link 6 monster in Burst of Destiny, and I'm gonna be very disappointed if he doesn't get one here. I think it's a travesty that Konami didn't give Revolver a Link 6 Borrel monster in Burst of Destiny. It doesn't have to be a Borrel monster, it could be a Topologic, but it has to be a Link 6. Revolver already has a Link 1, multiple Link 2, a Link 3, multiple Link 4, a Link 5, so he should definitely get a Link 6 here. I honestly don't even care if it's good. It better be good, because it's going to be a waste of cardboard if it's not good, but he needs to have a Link 6 monster. If there's any character out of Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains that definitely deserves a Link 6 monster, it's Revolver, so I'm hoping Burst Protocol is a Vrains set, and I'm hoping Revolver gets something good here.